Good afternoon, everybody. It's Mr. Birts again with another fabulous lesson that we have to do. This one's going to be called the vocabulary miniature lesson. All right. Once again, we don't have any students. It's just me. But I'm going to try to get through this and teach it. Well, I am going to get through this and teach it the way it needs to be done. So we're going to start out. Let me adjust my camera. We're going to start out with our standard. Today's standard is going to be the ELA.4.B.1.3. Use context clues, figurative language, and word relationships related to material and slash or background knowledge to determine the meaning of multiple meaning and unknown words and phrases appropriate to grade level. Our objective is to give a vocabulary chart. Text students will define and use new vocabulary words: eruption, lava, magma, crust, in the context with 80%. Our learning goal: I can use context clues and words, parts like prefixes and suffixes to understand new vocabulary words. All right, so with that being said, we're going to get started. Since we got that housekeeping stuff out the way, today is April 22nd, 2025. Wait a minute, a boo-boo here. 2025. All right, so I'm going to start out class with a question. I'm going to pose a question to you guys and see how you feel about that. All right, this is what we're going to be working on. And we're talking about volcanoes. Have you ever seen a volcano erupt in a movie or a video? What do you remember? What do you remember seeing? If you can take a look here, this is my makeshift volcano that I drew. We can see there's steam coming off the top, and then there's fire. The red represents fire, and the lava or the magma is slowly making its way down the side of the mountain. So there was an explosion. All right, so an eruption is an explosion. When that volcano erupted, it exploded, and hot lava from the core of the earth went into the sky, went into the air. All right, so that's my hook today. If you haven't had a chance, Google it or jump on YouTube and just type in volcano eruptions, and you'll see a whole lot of fascinating things with volcanoes erupting. All right, so today I want to show you how good readers use the word clues and word parts to figure out new vocabulary words in science texts. It's easy sometimes to kind of look at the peripheral and look at the things around the circumstance or the scenario to figure out what the true meaning is in context, and that's essentially what we're going to be doing today. All right. All right, so I'm going to read you guys a short passage about volcanoes. All right, so the title of the passage is going to be The Sleepy Mountain. A long time ago, a mountain stood quietly in the distance. No one knew it was a volcano. Deep beneath the surface, hot magma slowly moved through the earth. One day the ground began to shake. The pressure grew strongly until an eruption occurred. Hot melted rock called lava burst from the top of the mountain. This is our hot lava or magma. Burst from the top of the mountain and flowed down its sides. The red is flowing down the sides. The lava burned everything in its path. As it cooled, it became hard rock. The volcano had broken through the Earth's crust. This is going to simulate our Earth's crust down here, which is the outer layer of our planet. Scientists study these eruptions to learn more about nature's power and how Earth's surface changes over time. Mother Nature is a beast. We live here in Florida. Anybody ever experienced a hurricane? Sure, if you lived in Florida, you have experienced a hurricane. Category 5s, Category 6, they take the roofs off of houses, they push houses down. And if you live in a manufactured home, they don't survive very well in hurricanes. All right, so with our passage, we're going to take that and we're going to define the terms. I have created a word bank on the board. Our vocabulary word bank, these are our vocabulary words that we're going to discuss. We just talked about eruption, lava, magma, and crust. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to I've given you examples on the board of each one of the vocabulary words. I want you to take an opportunity to see if you can match them up with the drawing. I'm going to help you out. All right, so what do you think this is? You got it. This is an eruption. What do you think lava out of these three are? It said lava is hot, molten rock that exploded, that came out of the earth. I think that this red, this represents fire. This is lava. All right, magma. Magma is the earth's crust. Oh, let me go back. Let me make sure I have it correct. Magma rises before a volcano erupts, so it's the Earth's crust. So this green and red and brown kind of is a mixture of the Earth's crust. And then crust is the green, that's the grass. All right, so we did it. So we mashed them up. Okay. So what I want you to do in your on your worksheet that you have in front of you, which you should have one of these. I want you to take that and I want you to match up the words with the pictures. The pictures are here: volcano, lava, magma, and the crust. I want you to match it up with the definitions. All right, so there's definitions on this side. I want you to match them up. I'm gonna give you a few minutes to do that. Once you're done, give me a thumbs up sign once you're done. All right, cool. All right, so we're back now. All right, so you had a chance to match up the actual visual clue with the actual definition, but we're going to go through this together. So it says eruption. What is an eruption? When a volcano erupts, it explodes and sends out gas, sends out lava and gas, and we have a picture of that showing that it exploded. There's gas, there's smoke, there's fire shooting out the top. Lava, it says hot, melted rock that comes out of the volcano, flowing red stream. This is the red streams coming out of the volcano. Magma, hot melted rock under the Earth's surface. So this magma started here in the Earth's surface, down in the bottom, in the belly of the Earth, and when it rose and and when the eruption took place, it came out and went through the top. So that's where we have magma. It was underground flowing. It was like a river underground. And then when we had this explosion, it came through the volcano. All right, the crust, the thin outer layer of the earth. This is that thin outer layer. This is the grass. This is what your parents may cut with the lawnmower, the green grass. And beneath that is rock. Um, there's a red flowing in some parts of the earth of lava flowing, and it made its way through. Okay. All right, everybody should have that. That was pretty simple. Oh, so now what we're going to do, we're going to move on to sentence frames. This goes along with what we just did. All right, so remember I told you, or I explained to you what we talked about in our learning goal. I can use context clues and word parts like prefixes and suffixes to understand new vocabulary words. All right, so we're going to take what you just did on your worksheet, and I put it on the board. Sentence fragments. All right, so what is an eruption? We can look over here. The eruption covered the mountain in smoke and fire. All right, so if we covered the word eruption and just read the blank covered the mountain in smoke and fire, we're going to know that's an eruption based on the definition we just did, correct? So what I want you to do, the last three, and I'm going to highlight. So we just did one together.
Good afternoon. All tutoring students, please report to parent pickup. Thank you.
Anybody here need to go to parent pickup? I didn't think so. Just me. All right. All right. So in your groups, which I want you to be in your groups. Normally you would be sitting in your groups anyway. I want you to look at the sentence fragments and take out the vocabulary word that we are using and just read the blank covered the mountain in smoke and fire and figure out which one of the four vocabulary words fit. All right, so we're going to do it together. All right, so the next one, the blank flowed quickly down the side of the volcano. What is flowing down the side of the volcano? Lava. That's the next vocabulary word. All right, the third one, magma. Blank rises before a volcano erupts. So we're going to demonstrate this a little bit. All right, so we got this stream of magma down here in the earth. So it's starting to rise. It's going through the volcano, making its way up on the inside till we get to here, and then we have an eruption. Boom, bang, loud noise. All right, the fourth one, the earth blank cracked during the eruption. All right, so we're talking about the crust of the earth, which is here. Just imagine if we had a crack. Boom, it cracked. Now it has a area for it to flow, and then it's going to make its way up to the eruption through the volcano. All right, easy peasy, everybody got it? Shake your head, yes, no, thumbs up. All right, cool. All right, moving right along. All right, so everything that we talk about should be a hook for something that's happening real world, real time. Everything you learn in school should be tied into something that you're going to actually do in the real world. And we're talking about volcanoes, and it's no different. We can pretty much hook anything to anything that's going on in the real world. Like we could tie anything in from the classroom to what's happening in the real world. That's a better explanation. All right, so the link. Today and every day you use the clues in the text and in what you know about what parts to figure out a new word. We just use that. We use clues. We use the sentence fragments. We actually use visual aids. We had the pictures to define the words and reinforce the vocabulary to make sure that you understand so you could actually see it And also you actually you could read it so you could actually see it and believe in it by actually seeing what's happening there. All right. Students will complete a vocabulary foldable where you define, draw, and use each new vocabulary word in a sentence. So what I would like you to do, which we just done that together, and this is going to be your practice on your own. I want you to flip that over, and I want you to put 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want you to list the vocabulary words: eruption, lava, magma, and crust. I want you to list them. Once you have them listed, and leave yourself 3 or 4 lines space in between each one. All right, give me thumbs up when you're ready. All right, cool. So what I want you to do, and you have an example here, I want you to make a sentence for each word. Um, you can say the Sleepy Mountain erupted in the year of 2024. I want you to make a sentence, or as close as you can. And once we have done that, please put your thumbs up, and then we're going to go back and we're going to review, see what you got. All right, so you're in your groups. You can think together. Let's make it easy. So each group comes up with one sentence. If we have 4 groups, so each group come up with one sentence, and that'll be 4. All right, thumbs up when you're ready. All right, we're back. All right, so what did we come up with? I know we came up with some things. Okay, nice. I can see the thumbs going up, and you're telling me what you came up with. The eruption was a big bang back in 1934. That's a great example. Lava swept through the village and killed everyone. That's a good example, but we don't really want to use death. All right, cool. All right. Magma flows up through the earth and makes its way out the volcano. Sure, that'll work. That's pretty much what we have down there. And the earth's crust cracked during the eruption. Same thing. All right, if you had anything like that, that's fine. All right, closing it out today. We learned how to understand new words like lava, crust, and crust, using text clues and what we know about prefixes. This is important because it helps us understand science, books, and text. Next time we will look at how these words relate to the Earth's layers. All right, so once again, anything that you learn in the classroom can be tied to the real world. And that's the thing I like about science. When I was in school, I loved science. I enjoyed biology, but physical science was very intriguing to me. So if you give it a chance and you learn about different things that you don't understand, it will make you a better person, a better student, and hopefully you want to be a teacher one day. All right, so that's all we have for you today. I thank you for your time. This class has been wonderful. It has been challenging. Ms. Kingard, kudos to you. This class has been very challenging, but I think that we've gotten through it, and I look forward to what happens in the future with the knowledge that I picked up during this time period. All right, thank you. Bye.